Hey, Bradley. Jonathan Alexander, Charlotte Observer. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to Charlotte. I wanted to ask, where do you feel? I know you've played multiple positions on the offensive line. I guess what when you came here, what was your understanding of where you'd like to play, and how do you view this current offensive line?
I'm a very versatile offensive lineman. Play guard and play center. Tackle, quarterback, wherever you need me. I feel like I'm a very capable guard. I think really I shine at center. I think that's where I bring my best values to the table. But open to play wherever. I'm here to help the team. That's why I was brought here. So, excited about it. Excited to work with Coach Campen, and just ready to get to work.
Right, Joe Person, followed by Antonio.
Hey, Bradley, good to see you. I'm with the Athletic here in town. Wondered at the joint practices with the Panthers last year, you kind of got an opportunity to see this franchise up close and personal. Did you have any takeaways from those couple of days in Spartanburg that you were sort of remembering when you started talking to these guys during free agency?
Yeah, for sure. Hardworking, gritty, really get after it. They don't back down. Just fighters. That's what I noticed from when we were doing the joint practice. A great organization. Just really excited to be a part of it. Excited to be here. Excited about the city, about the team, about everything associated with it. So my wife and I are really excited to be here.
Just a quick follow-up. Spoke to John Harbaugh at the owners' meetings. He had a lot of good things to say about you. It sounded like they wanted to get you back in Baltimore. Were y'all just not able to kind of get that done at the negotiating table, or what happened with that?
Yeah, things it's a business, and things don't always come out like you want it to. But you have to play the cards you're dealt. You have to go forward and see what happens. We unfortunately weren't able to work anything out, but so excited about the opportunities here. So grateful for the opportunities that I had there, and just like I said, I'm excited to get to work and just excited to be here.
Go ahead, Antonio. Okay, we
Hey,
go
Brad,
with.
yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah. Hey, nice to meet you. Antonio Ramos here for Panther Spanish Radio. Joe kind of took my question, but what was the biggest difference between two teams in terms of physicality and toughness in the trenches when you came with the Ravens, with that joint practices with the Panthers last summer?
I think very well matched. I think they went toe to toe as far as physicality and talent level. A little young, but just hard workers getting after it. We had our hands full for sure as offensive line. As a young offensive line at that, and it was a great challenge for us to come in here. So I'm excited to get to work with these guys now, full time, and to really better ourselves because iron sharpens iron. So just ready to get to work.
Thank you.
We go with Mike Solarte, followed by Nick.
Hey, Bradley, good to see you. Mike Solarte, Spectrum News 1. Welcome to Charlotte. As you get settled in and get to kind of know this coaching staff, what have you gleaned so far, and what the future working with Coach Campen is going to be like?
I'm really excited about working with Coach Camp, and I really feel like one of the big reasons I came here, I felt like I could grow as a football player here. I felt like I could become a better man, become a better player. All around, just take my football skill and knowledge to the next level with him. The coaches they're excited to get back to it, to get to work. I know they're itching to the bit to get back on the field. We're doing all our meetings and stuff, and that's all good, but all the real work happens on the field. So. Just excited to get back. This coaching staff's serious. They want to win, championships. They want to, win football games. Just hopefully we can do that, and we're just going to take it day by day, continue to get better and better, and then we'll see where we fall once the season gets here.
And you were asked earlier about the joint practices in Spartanburg. That's where you'll be in a couple of months. What do you remember about Spartanburg itself? And did you get a break in the weather that weekend? Because I can't remember.
Oh, there was no breaks in the weather that weekend. It was really hot. Luckily, I wasn't one of the people that had to be put in the tent or anything. So I was lucky. I stayed hydrated. So making sure to take a mental note of that to make sure I'm hydrated and ready to go.
Bradley, Nick Carboni from WCNC Charlotte. Yeah, that was one of the hotter days we've had down there in a few years. So you got to experience that. But you said you're capable at guard but shine at center. I would have guessed that's just because of your comfortability, like just feeling wise at that position. If you are asked to play guard for the majority of the season, what are the things that you want to really work on to be able to kind of shine at that position this season?
Kind of overall, really everything, just my balance, my body control, my hand placement, just everything that comes with that, my knowledge of the game, being able to read stances, read defenses, be able to be on top of it and know what's going to happen before it happens. I think at guard that would be a big strong suit for me to be able to go and learn and become a better guard. Like I said, we talked about, center I feel like is my natural ability. That's where I feel comfortable. I feel like I'm a leader. Feel that I do a good job of leading an offensive line to be able to make those calls. I feel like I'm an intelligent player. I feel like I'm really strong in the middle there. So, but like I said before, wherever I'm needed is where I'll be.
We'll go with Skylar Callahan and Joe Person.
Hey, Bradley, Skylar Callahan with Sports Illustrated. I'll ask you kind of the similar question I asked Austin. Just what was some of the things that made you pick Carolina in the end? I know that they've only won 10 games the past 2 years, and you talked about growing as a player here. What makes you feel comfortable in thinking that this is where you can grow the most, and also talk about some of the other pieces on the offensive line?
When I came in, I was talking to Coach Camp, and I think we sat down for like 2 hours, just going over scheme, go over play style, go over body control, going over my film, and just asking questions, going through different things. And I felt like just from a knowledge standpoint, Coach Campen was on top of it. He had every answer to every question that I had. I really feel like I can go in. He showed me drills he does. He showed me the different things that he's going to be able to do to take my game to the next level. But at the same time, not being the guy, it's my way or the highway. He understands, and because he's played the game, not everyone works the exact same. So, to be able to adapt to that and what works best for the player, as well as, the structure and the way to do things right. I just really appreciated that from him. And that's a big reason I think I could grow as a player.
Thank you.
Hey, Bradley, I got to hear about the season you spent in the RV, living there with your wife and dog, man. Give us a snapshot of that.
Yeah, so we were in 11 months in a 40-foot RV with 2 dogs, Dodge and Luna, a little German Shepherd, and a hound. But they're 80, 90-pound dogs, but wild as crap. And then Nikki and I were in there, so it was absolutely awesome. Nikki and I's marriage grew tremendously. Our relationship grew. There's nowhere to hide in a camper. So if you get in a fight, you got to hash it out, and you get on, unless you're going to go sit in the bathroom for 12 hours until it blows over. But yeah, it was such a great experience. I would come home from practice, and Nikki would have a fire started out in the campground, and we'd have the dogs outside, going, lots of walks, a lot of stuff outdoors. But yeah, it was such a great year, such a great experience. Glad that I'm in a house now, though. I love the experience, and I'll remember it for the rest of my life. But I don't know if I'll be going back and living in a camper for a year anytime soon.
So you were in a campground, right? Was it outside of Baltimore?
Yes, it was. It was about 30 minutes outside of Baltimore.
And then the last you did buy a house in Charlotte, you said?
No, we're rented a house. So we're renting a house here. Yes.
And finally, last thing, the last I read about it was that you had the RV up for sale. Did you in fact sell it?
Yeah, we got it sold. During COVID and everything, campers were selling for crazy. So we got all of our money out of it. Ended up being a great investment for us. Saved a lot of money. So it was a great time, great experience. It didn't cost us too much in the end.
We'll finish up with David Newton.
I appreciate it. That was great on the RV there. There are plenty of RVs around the Charlotte area, up at the racetrack too, if you're looking for a place to hang out. But I want to ask you about what was it like about blocking for Lamar Jackson and how that impacted your career?
Lamar, I always start with Lamar. He's a better person than he is an athlete. You know, the guy is just humble. He's had every reason to let his head get big, to get cocky, you know, just to be the arrogant guy in the locker room. But he continues to stay the same person he was, just humble and just wants to get to work, wants to win. But from a player standpoint, you know, that makes it, you know, very respectful, makes it very easy to block for a guy like that. And then, you know, just his capability to move around in the pocket it is awesome, to be able to, you know, turn a pass play into a run really quickly and score a 70-yard touchdown. But, you know, he's freakishly athletic. You know, he was great, and I think he was great for my career, to be able to learn, you know, how to stay with blocks, how to continue your block for, you know, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 seconds, whatever it takes. It really taught me how to strain and how to be a better blocker for that kind of guy, because you don't necessarily know where he's going to be, so you got to make sure that you're not where he's going to be.
Yeah, is that going back to just the style you might have here? Is that a change for you? That's going to be something you'll have to adjust to, or?
I don't think so. I think, you know, my job's to keep players off the quarterback. It's our job to keep them just as far away as we can. I think that really helped me being able to do that, to be able, like I said, to strain, to be able to finish blocks, and to, you know, keep guys away. So I don't see that affecting that much the different play style.